week go by so slow, the weekend so fast. But luckily the days come to take my cares away. It's not Sunday, Monday, or Thursday, that's right, it's Friday, Friday. Tonight I'll party with my friends. Friday, Friday. Today I know the weekend. So I'll get out of bed and be to work on time. I'll give this day to the company, the next 2 days of mine. And when my day's over and the final work hour's passed, I'll go home, have a shot of Cuervo to the boss who can kiss my Friday, Friday. Tonight I'll party with my friends. Friday, Friday. Today I know the weekends. Friday, Friday.
Yeehaw! It's Friday, bitches. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank goodness.
No?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, for sure. Busy weekend.
Sprinkle.
But yes, I'm glad it's here.
Rain.
Rain.
Maybe some thunder.
Rain.
I haven't heard any, but
Hail, strong winds.
What?
All that's possible,
Hail?
dude. For
Didn't read
real.
any hail.
Yes. Hail, strong winds, heavy rain, thunderstorms, on and off. Maybe taking a break for a little bit this afternoon, but then tonight, ramping back up again.
nice. Looking forward to that. And then all of a sudden, temps in the 60s and maybe 70s.
100 degrees on Monday.
On Sunday, Monday, and
it's gonna
Tuesday.
be 100 degrees.
And then we go right, it's like
And
that
then
thing.
20
and then,
degrees.
Then we go right back down. Weird. So we're getting a fall spring and then a polar vortex is what the weather dorks are
Oh
saying.
my gosh.
False spring, polar vortex.
That is a
We've already
weather
had one
person's
fall spring.
erection is what that is.
A weather person's erection?
Yes.
Yeah.
A spring and then a vortex.
What
All
is
the
this
same week?
blue thing? I make the weather.
Yes.
Yeah, so polar vortex and a fall spring all in one
Just
weekend.
know it's going to rain today. Thunderstorms, hail, winds, all that's possible.
Yeet. Hopefully, whatever you're doing this weekend is fun. Let us know what you're up to. rockmornings.com. Find all our contact info on the website. Listen to the show live. Check out the daily podcast. You can also download the two apps, 95.7 The Rock and 92.9 The X. Submit voicemails, pictures, and videos through the apps. Let us know what you're up to this weekend. Always good to hear from you guys. We'll, of course, get to Bad News, Happy Music later on. Doc is going to join us and talk racing thanks to County Materials in Eau Claire and in Holman. Let you know what's on the boob tube this weekend, what's new in theaters, about some new music releases. Going to talk about some airplane stuff, some fast food stuff.
Airplane stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Busy. Lots going on, Gene. Got your Badger sweatshirt on?
I do.
Ready for tomorrow's
I'm
season finale?
This is
Regular
it. I'm
season
ready.
finale? You ready?
I'm ready.
This is your ready sweatshirt?
I'm here and I'm hyping. I'm homing. Homing.
It's also daylight savings time this weekend.
Yes.
Don't forget about that. We're going to be springing forward tomorrow night at like 2 in the morning, so the bars will get an extra hour.
4 a.m. I heard, right? They get to stay up till 4 a.m. or
I think
something?
basically right before bar time, the bars go, yay, we get an extra hour to serve you people. Right? Isn't that how it goes?
I think so.
Especially in Wisconsin, where we really...
I think it's 4 a.m. or something crazy like that.
Yeah, so daylight savings time this weekend, even though spring isn't for another 2 weeks. The true vernal equinox. But also a good reminder to check your batteries and your smoke detectors. Check your filter and your heat system,
Those
your
things
HVAC.
have to be replaced?
Yeah, usually.
Okay.
Maybe once in a while. Not too often. Don't go too crazy. But yeah, good reminder, those things that maybe you don't do all that often.
Mm-hmm. Keep safe.
Good reminder to check those things when you change the clock. More on that in just a bit. And again, if you want something, rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
And now, here's your daylight saving obvious suggestion.
Yeah, instead of springing forward in the middle of the night somewhere between Saturday and Sunday, how about we hit the spring forward button right at 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon? Bing! Taking us to 5 o'clock Friday so we can crank up happy hour an hour early and get the weekend started. Woo!
And that was your daylight saving obvious suggestion.
I like it. It's a solid option. I like it, Gene. I like it. I also like getting rid of it. I think it's dumb. I don't quite understand why we bother. I know it was a thing for the farmers and the war and all that crap. But look, dude, 6 o'clock is 6 o'clock. We know it gets lighter earlier. We know it gets darker earlier. We know all that crap happens. I don't need the clock to change. I don't. It doesn't matter, right? 6 o'clock now is 5 o'clock last week, and whatever. Who gives a rip? Changing the clocks is the dumbest thing of all time. We should just stop doing it.
We're springing forward.
I can't believe we have to have all of this discussion about it too. We're just on and on and on with all this crap.
We're springing forward by 1 hour.
Yeah, daylight savings time on Sunday, spring forward an hour. There's been a lot of debate about getting rid of it. Some countries have gotten rid of it. Now they're talking about a compromise. And just doing a half hour.
Arizona and Hawaii don't have it.
Well, they haven't had it in a while.
And so do some other areas of...
British Columbia actually announced this week that they're shifting to a permanent daylight savings time. They'll spring forward on Sunday, and then that's it. They're going to leave it there. New idea in the mix is a half hour instead of a full hour. A Florida congressman thinks we should do half daylight savings time and permanently shift the clocks up 30 minutes. I don't understand why this is like
Puerto
the clock
Rico,
doesn't
Guam,
change.
U.S. Virgin Islands, they also don't follow it.
Stupid. So. Republican Congressman Greg Steube, I think is how you say his name, or Stube, introducing the bill last month. It's called the Daylight Act of 2026. The idea is you split the difference. We'll keep some of the late daylight people, but winter mornings wouldn't be quite so dark. We're just trying to fool ourselves with the clock, right? That's all it is. Some sort of weird mind control.
Darker mornings and more evening light, by the way, knock your body clock out of whack, which means that more sleep trouble for the next couple weeks. Also, did you know fatal car crashes temporarily jump in the first few days of the clock change, attributed to sleep deprivation? I don't. It's not that dramatic for me. It's just an hour, right? But then there's also a cardiac connection. Apparently, the American Heart Association points to an uptick in heart attacks on the Monday after daylight savings time begins, and strokes, by the way, in the first 2 days afterwards.
I find daylight savings time to be one of the most inane, stupid, waste of time things that we spend our time and effort on. I don't get it. 6 o'clock is 6 o'clock. I still have to be here at 1. It doesn't mean I got to come in an hour later. It doesn't mean anything.
Gradually shift your bedtimes, by the way, about 15 or 20 minutes earlier starting tonight. I don't think you're going to do that, but if you do that for several nights before the time change, making it easier to get up. Apparently.
Well, if you care, and we all have to because we have to change our stupid clocks.
The light at night is good.
But that doesn't change because the clock changes. It just happens because the Earth's moving around.
Well, time changes, right? I mean, that's
no, it doesn't.
6
a.m. is still 6 a.m. You can't be like, sorry,
Brian,
I didn't. No, it's not. It doesn't matter. That's because of the Earth moving.
Brian.
Stupid daylight. What a waste of effing time.
Brian.
Absolute dumb waste of time.
Do that. Spring forward.
In other news, Kristi Noem is out. He fired her ass.
Yeah.
Kristi, you're fired.
Yeah.
He did.
I'm not sure if he did it like he did back on the show there when he fired her, if he did it like Vince McMahon.
Screw you! You're fired!
He announced on Truth Social that Kristi Noem is getting replaced. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is getting replaced with Senator Mark Wayne Mullen. Don't hear about too many Mark Waynes. That's a first name, by the way. That's all one name. Mark and then Wayne, all one word.
Squished together, yep.
From Oklahoma. Trump's frustrations with Noem mounting following her testimony to the Senate and House members this week. Lawmakers and people familiar with the discussions, of course, are saying that Trump is unhappy with Kristi Noem, so he fired her ass, and she's gone. Made some money, though, on the way, right? Meanwhile, Britney Spears getting arrested on Wednesday night for DUI. Not good for Britney.
It's Britney, bitch.
Yeah, arrested for driving under the influence in California's Westlake Village. New York Post says that cops found an unknown substance in her car. It's been sent to a lab for some testing. Police think she was under the influence of a combination of drugs and alcohol.
I'm not that intoxicated.
She was given a blood test. Don't know the results of that yet, but Britney was pulled over at about 9:30 on Wednesday night. Police saw her swerving in and out of traffic in her BMW. She was said to be extremely emotional, even crying during the arrest. Her representative says that this could be the first step on a long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life.
Leave Britney alone!
She just needs needs one best friend. I
She
feel
needs to
like
get-
she needs a best.
No, she
nobody's
needs to get
like
back under the thumb of her father. She was fine.
Stop it.
She was fine.
She's a goddamn grown woman, but I feel like there's no.
Is this what grown women do? Go crazy on TikToks and drive their car
Dude,
like
I
this
don't
and
know.
shave
Look
their
at
head?
how she was
I get it. I
raised in the
understand, but that's why
spotlight.
she needs someone in charge
She
of her
needs
life.
a best friend.
No, best friends make you have worse decisions.
No, not crappy best friends.
No.
True best friends. Like
no
somebody
one,
who
you
cares.
can't have a best friend when you're Britney Spears. It's not
Yes,
going to
you
exist.
can.
No,
That's what she needs.
No,
Not-
people are just going to try to take advantage of her. The only person that had a hold
That's
on
what I
this whole
mean.
thing was her dad.
Well,
right or wrong, the guy kept her in line.
That wrong.
Well,
He also took all her money.
that too, but still, she didn't go
So-
crazy and shave her
That
head and
too.
drive around. All that
too.
stuff.
That too.
Yes, she needs someone to take control of her life.
She needs a best friend.
The Wisconsin teenager who killed his parents and took their money to try and kill President Donald Trump with a bomb dropped from a drone was sentenced to life in prison yesterday. Nikita Kasap, I think is how you pronounce his last name, who's 18, pled guilty back in January to 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide in a Waukesha County court there in connection with the shooting deaths of his mom, Tatiana, and his stepdad, Donald, back in 2025. Prosecutors dropping 7 other charges in the plea deal, including 2 counts of hiding a corpse and theft. He basically killed his mom and his stepdad, took a bunch of their money, disappeared for a couple weeks, was going to try to kill the president with a bomb from a drone, got caught, and now this kid's going to jail forever. I choose to find he's not eligible for extended release because I do not know when and if and whether a profound or significant change can occur. That's what the judge said in the case. Elsewhere, another Wisconsin man who told police he tried to set fire to a Republican congressman's office last year because he was angry that the lawmaker backed a bill requiring TikTok's Chinese owner to sell off its U.S. operations.
Oh, I remember this.
guy?
Yes.
So the TikTok ban was going on, and then
And
they
he
were
burned
trying
down
to
an office, right?
Well,
Or he started.
and then Trump and everybody was like, "Hey, look, we'll give you the TikTok back, but we got to take this away from the Chinese people. We can't have them spying on us and all this crap." So people went nuts, obviously, because their TikTok got taken away, and oh no, my TikTok got taken away. And this guy went all psycho and tried to burn down a congressman's office. This dude is now going to prison for 7 years.
Yes! Look what I have created! I have made fire!
You know what they don't have in jail? TikTok, you stupid bitch.
Fire.
In addition to the prison
fire.
time, Fond du Lac County Circuit Judge Tricia Walker sentenced 20-year-old Caden Stasowicz to 7 years of extended supervision, where he probably also won't have access to TikTok.
Well, he obviously was having some sort of a breakdown, right? I mean, ugh.
Over TikTok. I can get my TikTok. I'm
Or something else.
Put a diaper on that kid. Put him in jail. Leave him there. I can't have my TikTok. I'm going to burn down some buildings and then take away my TikTok.
So strong storms likely this morning, heavy rain and a hail threat. And then round 2 happens this afternoon. More isolated, but also severe storms. All possible threats of hail and high wind. And then round 3, Brian, tonight. So it's like morning,
What time?
afternoon.
Because am I going to be awake for this?
Yes. Line of strong to severe
You didn't tell me what time.
storms.
You didn't tell me because I go to bed early. What time is the time?
Greatest risk for all the types of severe weather are that night storm part. So
We're talking
we're looking
7, 8, 9?
Yes.
All right, I'll be awake for some of that.
Yep. So that's the round 1 this morning, round 2 this afternoon, and then round 3. That's when the most likely scenario is for hail and strong winds.
Rockmornings.com for all of our contact info if you want to be a part of the program. If you're getting some of that big-ass hail Gene was talking about that we might be getting, please send that along. Love to see that. Right now, Guns N' Roses.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Guns N' Roses on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Got a text from Scoob. I think it's Scoob. S-C-U-B. Would that be Scoob or Scub? Probably Scoob.
SCUB?
Yeah.
Well,
It's all capitals, too, so I don't...
Because if you put an R in there, it'd be scrub, right?
Well,
so
but
scub.
It's either Scoob or Scub.
Scub. Scoob.
Or
would
it's
be
an acronym, S-C-U-B, because it's all capitals. Said, hey, Brian and Gene, pumped for the weekend. Rain cleans up the road. I can pick up my new bike, an Indian Roadmaster. How about some Kickstart My Heart?
Look at that.
Also said, and your favorite bike/car song. Have a great weekend.
Is he a scuba diver, you think? Scuba
Steve?
Scoob. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, I can definitely get to your Kickstart My Heart. I did hear several motorcycles in my neighborhood yesterday, and I think if it does get 62 and sunny on Sunday, that's in the works for me as well. Got a text from Todd who said, I would love to see all social media disappear for a year and watch some of the people absolutely lose their minds. I think it would be good for this country or actually the world.
Well, thank you for the text this morning.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Todd.
that.
Appreciate that, yeah.
The rain's going to do some stuff today. It's going to definitely wash off the roads. It's going to melt some snow, and it's going to maybe be a problem depending with hail and strong winds. So keep an eye on that.
Bucks are off till tomorrow. They host the Utah Jazz. That's a 7 p.m. tip. Badgers also off until tomorrow when they are at number 15, Purdue. 3 o'clock tip on CBS. That is the final regular season game for Wisconsin. Then they move on to the Big Ten tournament and, of course, then March Madness. Former Packers president Bob Harlan, who helped to restore the franchise to greatness, died yesterday at the age of 89. Team historian Cliff Crystal said that Harlan had recently been hospitalized with pneumonia. He's the only person in NFL history to hire 2 GMs who won Super Bowls with entirely different rosters, Ron Wolf and Ted Thompson. Obviously, Packers remember the glory days in the 60s. Then there was a lot of years in between them and Brett Favre.
Mostly that, yes.
When it was real bad.
It was real bad.
And then Brett came along and changed the future along with Reggie White for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers and everything else. So, but Bob Harlan, legendary Packers president, dead at the age of 89. The United States taking on Brazil tonight at 7 o'clock on Fox. The first game of the World Baseball Classic for Team USA. And then they'll take on Great Britain tomorrow night at 7 p.m. That game also on Fox. So if you're still riding high on the USA from the Olympics, you got a chance to cheer for Team USA again in the World Baseball Classic, which started earlier this week and continues tonight with Team USA taking on Brazil.
Speaking of,
yes,
the Paralympics, 50th anniversary
They
starts.
start today as well.
Yes, yeah.
I think they already kind of started with some preliminary events, but I think the opening ceremonies are, I'm not sure if they're on NBC or on Peacock tonight, but I know the Paralympics run through the 15th.
612 athletes from 56 countries are expected to compete in the Paralympics.
Yeah, I saw Canada has already been accused of cheating in curling again.
Biggest Paralympic Games in terms of geographic scale and countries that are, involved and all of that. So very cool. 50th anniversary.
LeBron James already scoring the most points in NBA history. Now he has the most baskets as well. LeBron James hit a turnaround baseline jump shot over Nuggets forward Zeke Naji with 12 and a half seconds left in the first quarter of their loss to the Nuggets last night. His third made field goal of the game. That made it his 15,838th of his career, passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most made field goals in NBA history. So he's got the most points and the most made field goals and the biggest receding hairline in the NBA as well. LeBron James doing it all. Got a text from T-Stat. Said, good morning, Brian and Gene. I agree with you, Brian, that daylight savings time is a complete waste of time, pun intended. The best way I've ever heard it described is that it's like cutting an inch off the bottom of your blanket, sewing it to the top, and telling people you have a longer blanket. Have a good weekend. Yes, it doesn't do anything. Nothing changes. And 1 o'clock is still 1 o'clock.
Time changes, Brian.
No, it doesn't.
It does, actually.
It does not. It does not. It
This
does.
weekend,
1 a.m. is still 1 a.m. It
that
doesn't matter if you
changes
move it
this
over here or you
weekend.
move it over there. It's still 1 a.m.
Spring
What
forward
time
on
did your shift
Sunday.
start? 1 a.m. If you show up an hour later,
Yes.
guess what? You're an hour late for
I
work.
remember working when we worked like overnights way back in the career, and it would be like, it was the best day of the year, right?
What?
Because your
Well,
overnight shift, it was like spring
Well,
forward.
you
It
get
was
out
like,
early.
"Woo-hoo! I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
That's the fallback when you lose an hour.
Yeah.
Spring ahead, you got to work an hour longer.
Gain, lose.
It's just dumb. There's no reason to do it
Spring
anymore.
forward.
There may have been a reason in the 1700s or whenever they started this stupid thing, but 6 a.m.
This
is 6
weekend.
a.m. It doesn't matter what the earth is doing. It's still 6 a.m.
Change your clocks.
We'll get to that Kickstart My Heart for Scoob. I think it's Scoob or Scub in just a couple of minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Oh, you know who you are. You've been doing your daily action, putting lots of overtime. You need some time off satisfaction. Just think how tough it's been. You've been putting out all that labor. If you use your wit, you can get out quick and do yourself a favor. Friday in effect, and you're pretty beat, I bet. It's been one tough week, you've hit your peak, and you've earned your paycheck. But now this week is over, and it's a little fun you're seeking. Your grin is wide, and I know why. Look out, here come the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
That weekend's gonna be a monster, y'all.
It's finally here. It's going to warm up on Sunday and Monday into the 60s and maybe even be really sunny and nice enough to get out on the bike. Got a text from Scoob, wanted to hear that Motley Crue did that. He said, me and my Moose, my chocolate lab, are jamming out.
Yeah, Kickstart My Heart, Dr. Feelgood, Girls, 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 Home Sweet Home, Livewire, Looks That Kill. It looks like the tour is expected to be big and retro, obviously Neon Flames, massive video walls, throwback kind of stuff from way back when. And the closest one to us is Prior Lake, Minnesota. Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Mystic Lake Amphitheater in Shakopee.
At the casino, yeah.
That's the closest one that I see on the Motley Crue
They got
tour.
a ton of shows, by the way, coming to that thing.
I'm sure.
Today on Netflix, War Machine, a sci-fi film starring Alan Ritchson from Reacher as a soldier trying to survive with his squad after they're attacked by an alien machine that starts hunting them during their Ranger qualification training. So think Predator, but with a transformer.
Ew.
Son, you're one of the most promising candidates we've ever seen.
But why are you here? I just want to get across that finish line, Sergeant Major.
Rangers are the spearhead of the United States Army. Do you understand me?
Hey, slow down, Superman. Making the rest of us look bad.
You can expect your emotional, physical, and mental strength to be pushed to the limit. Keep your eyes open. This company's going haywire.
What the hell is that?
War Machine, sci-fi film starring Alan Ritchson from Reacher on Netflix today.
Sounds kind of good for a Friday night watch, maybe.
Yeah. Over on Peacock today, the streaming premiere of Hamnet, the movie about William Shakespeare and his wife. Also on Netflix today, the series premiere of The Dinosaurs, a 4-part documentary produced by Steven Spielberg, narrated by the one and only Morgan Freeman.
This is the story of the dinosaurs. Like you've never seen it before. Long before our time, they ruled a lost world. Witness the rise and the fall of nature's greatest empire.
I could listen to that just for him, right?
The Dinosaurs premiering today on Netflix.
Okay.
Over on Stars tonight, the 8th season premiere of Outlander. Also on terrestrial TV tonight, you've got new episodes of Sheriff Country, Fire Country, and Boston Blue. Tomorrow on Netflix, the streaming premiere of Nuremberg, starring Michael Shannon as the Allies' lead prosecutor, trying to make the Nazis answer for their Holocaust. Rami Malek is a U.S. psychiatrist, locking horns with former Nazi Hermann Goering, who's played by Russell Crowe. Saturday night on A&E, the second season premiere of Duck Dynasty, The Revival. And also on SNL this week, Ryan Gosling will be your host. He likes to laugh and ruin a lot of sketches.
He's great.
Not sure if they'll do the alien one with him again.
God, he's great.
Gorillaz,
Can't get
by
it
the way.
together.
Gorillaz will be the musical guest on SNL this weekend. Ryan Gosling, the host, and Gorillaz, the musical guest. And then on Sunday night on HBO, a new movie called Rooster. New series called Rooster. It stars Steve Carell as a best-selling author who goes to his daughter's college after she has a very messy breakup with one of the professors.
Dad, I love that you're here, but I don't need you to check on me.
I just want to help. I know you're going through something with your marriage.
Casey? Everybody knows. This place like a fishbowl. That guy knows. He doesn't know. Excuse me. You know that my husband left me for a grad student, right?
Yes.
What can I do for you, Greg?
I'm here to make sure that Katie's job is safe.
She burned down the faculty house.
It was an accident.
She also assaulted a professor.
I still love you. Ow! That was on purpose.
Hey, I hear the voice of a creature.
You're a best-selling author parents have actually heard of. We really could use your help.
In the book, Rooster had sex a few times.
16 times.
Oh, good. You counted.
17 if you include the oral sex.
Have to include that.
Rooster series premiere on HBO on Sunday night, starring Steve Carell. All the late night shows tonight are in repeats. Of course, you got Bucks tomorrow, Badgers tomorrow as well. Paralympics are underway. Watch those on Peacock. Amazing Race is getting sued by a former couple that were on the show.
Uh-oh, why?
Now, we haven't watched this in a number of years, but Jonathan and Anna Towns are suing The Amazing Race, CBS, and the show's producers, claiming that the show portrayed Jonathan in a false and highly damaging light, making him appear to be morally depraved, brutal, and an abusive
so they
spouse.
cut the stuff up and made it just kind of come off as that, right?
The video exists of this guy yelling and screaming at his wife and saying some very, negative things towards her. They also say that after one particular meltdown during the shooting, Jonathan was diagnosed as being on the autism spectrum. They say the show's producers didn't offer him any help. Instead, they convinced the couple to not quit the show and said they would be depicted fairly. The couple's now seeking $8 million in damages and a public apology. They also want a re-edit of their season with disclaimers revealing this guy's diagnosis as being on the autism spectrum. So you can be a somewhat abusive husband on television with video evidence.
So are they saying it's manufactured, though? Because you could also take clips and put them together and make it look like I don't know. You know what I mean?
Oh, they can certainly cut out the pieces they want.
Yes.
They're trying to make a show that's appealing to the public. And what's appealing is people having breakdowns in their relationships. I mean, we see it on all the shows, right? Also, in theaters this weekend, you've got Hoppers, rated PG, the Pixar movie that's kind of like Avatar, where they're putting kids' brains and consciousness inside of animals so they can hang out with other animals.
We've done it, Mabel. After years of work, this revolutionary technology gives us unprecedented access to the animal world. We put this into this. Yes. This into this. This into this.
So let me get this straight. You created a fake animal.
Yes.
Which makes the other animals think you're an animal.
Yes.
Guys, this is like Avatar.
This is nothing like Avatar.
Yeah. It's called Hoppers. It's rated PG. It's animated. You've got John Hamm, Bobby Moynihan, Kathy Najimy, Dave Franco, a slew of others. The other movie that's in theaters is rated R. It's called The Bride, written and directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal, set in 1930 Chicago. It's basically The Bride of Frankenstein.
What happened?
You had an accident.
An accident, huh?
We dug you up, then we brought you back to life.
Get on stage, and I call her by her first name.
What do you want with a dead girl?
I'm the same. Born from the dead. I am a monster.
Yeah, so am I.
Christian Bale plays Frankenstein's monster. Jessie Buckley is his murdered bride.
They give life to a murdered woman, right? That's the bride, and sparking her romance and police interest. And
it's also got Annette Bening, Jake Gyllenhaal. When your sister writes and directs a movie, you probably get in the movie.
You get to be in it.
And Penelope Cruz and Peter Sarsgaard are in that one. That's what's in theaters. New music this week, Gnarls Barkley releasing their third and final album, Atlanta. The new album from Morrissey is called Makeup Is a Lie, his 14th album, if you want to run out and get some Morrissey. Godsmack is re-releasing their Awake album for the 25th anniversary.
Are they really? Nice.
Limited 25th anniversary edition of Godsmack's sophomore smash album, Awake. Available on 2 LP smoky green vinyl discs Edition features a special holographic lithograph, 5 bonus tracks. Awake, re-released for the 25th anniversary. Available on their website. You can go to Godsmack.com for more info. And also,
cool.
Speaking of music,
bonus tracks.
We were teased earlier this week with a possible Hole reunion. Courtney Love, teasing a reunion. She posted some video of her. I think it's the bass player Melissa Oftermar, set to the song Hole, the whole song Malibu, and in the caption on the video, she said, "So do we tell the kids about the tour?" And everybody immediately thought, "Oh, Hole's getting back together."
No, it's not. Not happening.
Spin.com doing a story about the Hole reunion. Courtney herself clarified, said there's no full-on Hole reunion, but she and Melissa will be doing some shows together. No word when or where those are going to be. They're going to be apparently playing some new songs. The entire Hole hasn't been seen since 2012, but when you can see a little bit of the Hole, you got to take it.
Better than nothing.
Better than no Hole.
Absolutely.
Take whatever Hole.
So not a tour, but maybe some shows here and there kind of thing?
Maybe one of those things.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
3 days grace on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. This is crazy. First of all, I can't imagine being in an avalanche.
This isn't the Lake Tahoe story, is it?
No.
The skiers.
This is a different one.
And did they have one of the sensors, the finder things on them?
Dude ended up in an avalanche.
Okay.
And his wife, who wasn't there with him, used the Find My Phone app.
Shush.
To figure out this dude was stuck in an avalanche and was able to get rescuers to him in time to save his life.
Up on that mountain, I'd resigned myself that I probably wasn't coming down that mountain. I'd kind of accepted my fate. And so the surprise to wake up in the back of an ambulance and being treated and feeling alive is something I will never forget.
I was sitting there waiting to just find my husband, anticipating a retrieval of a body.
She's the best. She's my lifesaver.
I wouldn't have believed this story if I had not lived it myself, because I've been blessed. I have a second chance.
Michael Harris is the guy's name, and his wife, Penny, says she had a bad feeling something wasn't right. Didn't pick up when she called. Used the Find My Phone app to see where this guy was. His phone wasn't moving, so she rushed to the resort. She wasn't even there with him. Showed them exactly where he was, and they found him, dug him out, stuck there for 4 hours, had hypothermia and a broken leg, but dude's lucky to be alive. Happened last Thursday. He was skiing at a resort about 50 miles east of Seattle. Wife had the special feature on her cell phone, help her rescue her husband, Michael, who had been swallowed up in the avalanche. Skier knew that he was in trouble. Recalled telling God, "I don't know if anyone is going to know where I'm at, but I can't get out of this on my own."
No.
Well, you have no idea if you're up
It's
or
like
down.
cement.
Yeah. Eventually, Michael said his wife, Penny, started to call him, though he was unable to pick up.
Right, so something's wrong, right? I'm calling.
Well, can't move. Stuck in the snow. Can't get to my phone.
And she's going, okay, something's wrong.
When he failed, she decided to try and track her husband's location using the Find My iPhone app. She said, "You get a feeling something's just not right. I followed my intuition, saw his location, checked it a couple of times, saw it was moving or wasn't moving." And yeah, he was on the resort or at the resort. She wasn't. And she drove all the way there, showed the rescue team there, and got to him in time, just in time.
Ski patrol, an avalanche rescue dog, headed into the search area when they reached him. He'd been buried for 4 hours. By the way, avalanche experts say survival chances drop after about 15 minutes, and he'd been there for 4 hours. His body temperature was in the 70s, severely hypothermic. A bone graft, 7 screws, a plate, but they call him Avalanche Man. He's the Miracle Mike. Miracle Mike.
This story occurred in December at a TGI Fridays in an airport in Atlanta. Okay. And this news station down there just ran a story on it, so it's just now making the waves. But basically, a woman was at the TGI Fridays with her kid, who was having a meltdown.
Okay.
Which kids do.
Yes, they sure do.
Already a very stressful day.
Yep. And I'm traveling and you're melting down and
Right.
I'm overpaying for a burger.
So Brittany Bell, the waitress at the table, scooped the kid up.
Oh, I think I've seen this video.
And carried him around
Yes.
while she was checking on other tables, giving him a view of the restaurant,
Yeah,
sort
and
of
he was like,
take him out of whatever's causing the issue.
Yes.
Bring him to a different location, make him the highlight of the show. All smiles when he comes back.
Yes.
By the time she was done carting him around, showing him off, he was happy, laughing. The mom,
I've seen this video.
relieved, obviously.
I need help. Thank you for
Didn't even
helping.
ask for it. The
No,
woman
no,
just
no.
said, hey,
I know what to do here.
She offered. I mean, you're not just going to let some stranger pick up your kid and walk around. Even though they're the waitress, you're probably going to get permission first. But
Yeah.
simple act of kindness ended up earning her a very big tip from the woman who was there. Said, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thanks for that 10-minute break. From
Right.
this
Here's
kid.
some big money. And because the story does what stories do nowadays, people online set up a GoFundMe for over $12,000 for this waitress.
She was going above and beyond, and I think a lot of parents wanted to support her and rally around her because they also know how hectic and stressful it is to travel with kids. And so everybody just wanted to like show her a generous moment and just give her a blessing.
It actually touched my heart because, you know, we live in a world full of chaos and negativity, and you don't see that much positivity on the internet like that no more unless it's chaotic and full of drama. And it touched me that strangers reach out and like, yeah, I want to help fund you to do something positive in your life.
Aww. The GoFundMe is Blessing Waitress Bell. The goal was $13,000. It's currently sitting at $12,454. Said my 2-year-old was on the verge of a meltdown. She scooped him up, immediately squeezed, hugged her. She brought him to the bar to get strawberries and cherries. She carried him around.
Everybody likes
the crazy thing is my son never goes to people and is so shy. What a gem you are, Belle. People like you are what makes the world go round. Give this girl a nice Christmas bonus, and that's what people do.
Cherries. You know what I mean?
Dude, those maraschino cherries.
That's what I'm saying.
They bring me
Just
back from the brink of destruction.
One after another.
You bring out
right?
that big jar that you don't see as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that
You know
kid's
the one.
like, oh, yeah.
The bar
He's like,
one, when you're at the
one,
bar and
two.
they got the big
and
one.
that thing and the
You're like,
whole tray.
those are
and you're
for
like,
me?
That'll turn a frown
I'll
upside
take a
down
Shirley
like
Temple
that.
with extra cherries. Hell yeah.
Just like that.
Smart move on the behalf of the waitress, and a cool move by the mom to show her some love and help her out during the holiday season. Very cool. The kids just, hell yeah, I want to get some friggin' cherries. Are you kidding me? These things are delicious. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get back to the rock here in just a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
When you think about it, dentists, they don't do the surgery. They don't even clean the teeth. They're like, you guys do everything, and then I'll come in and jab them with a sharp object. I did figure out what type of doctor I would want to be, which is an anesthesiologist. Because just once, I'd like to walk in a room and go, hi, I'm Dr. Gaffigan. I'm going to give you some drugs so you can't talk or move. And one of these strangers is going to cut you open. Good luck. What draws someone to anesthesiology? It's like, I like medicine, but I really enjoy getting people high. If I can combine the two. I also prefer to sit during surgery. You ever see the anesthesiologist during surgery? They're always sitting there like, I don't even know why I have to be here. Yeah, they're still alive. Anyone got the Wi-Fi password?
A very funny Jim Gaffigan talking about dentists and anesthesiologists. Today is
highly experienced professionals, by the way.
Today is Dentist Day, National Employee Appreciation Day, National Frozen Food Day. Don't forget about that recall from yesterday, the Trader Joe's frozen
glass.
National Oreo Day. Have some Oreo cookies. It's also the Alamo Day. It's the day that the end of the Alamo.
Really?
Yeah.
So watch Pee-wee?
And also Day of the Dude.
Like from
celebrating the anniversary of the release of The Big Lebowski.
Really?
So lots of different holidays today. Day of the Dude, Dentist Day, Employee Appreciation Day, Frozen Food Day, Oreo Day, and Alamo Day.
So go bowling and drink a White Russian. I guess that's what you do.
Hear about Wendy's?
Well, they ate the burger yesterday, right? Because everybody's eating burger. The CEO of McDonald's ate the burger. on the internet that lit it up. Then the Burger King CEO, and then the Wendy's CEO.
I haven't seen any other CEOs. I haven't seen any other CEOs eating their products.
Burgers, yes.
Or taste testing their product.
It was the Baconator, wasn't it? What?
Yeah. Wendy's is actually hiring now. This is one of these fake jobs, right? Companies looking for... this actually pays pretty well.
Okay.
They're hiring a chief tasting officer.
Ooh, you get to taste food?
A CTO. And it pays $100,000. Most of these gigs are like watch 24 movies over Christmas and get paid $2,000.
Right, and we'll give you this calendar.
Right, and we'll give you some popcorn and whatever. But no, this is a chief tasting officer, and it pays $100,000. It is only temporary, however. It's not a full-time, ongoing.
I could take $100,000 for temporary.
The job listing says basically you'll be paid to eat Wendy's. Wendy's is hiring a chief tasting officer. You'll help bring the vibes, taste, and creativity to the company in ways no one else can. Basically, you'll get paid to eat Wendy's, be chill, and maybe make some content.
Okay.
Content obviously means social media stuff,
Yes,
videos. They're looking for an influencer, obviously, someone who's got a following, or maybe somebody who wants to be an influencer. You can apply right now, Wendy's ChiefTastingOfficer.com, or give it a Google. You do get to work from home, which is nice. You don't have to go to their headquarters or drive all over Kingdom Come. The required skills for this job, the chief tasting officer job at Wendy's, is you must have a human mouth.
Okay.
It's a good start. A pulse. It's the second thing that's probably needed.
Sure, yeah.
And you
it's hard
must
to make content if you're
You
not
must also have opinions,
alive.
which is obviously important when you're reviewing food.
I don't like this food. I do like this food.
No benefits, but they say the biggest perks include $100,000 and a job that AI can't steal because they have no mouth.
Where's the beef?
Wendy's chief tasting officer. Could be for you. Elsewhere in the realm of fast food, Taco Bell is getting some heat right now after a man's profanity-laced rant went viral with 14 million views. He's pissed about the packaging. Apparently, his order at Taco Bell got stuck to the wrapper, and he's very upset about that.
Change these wrappers to where you can open the son of a without it ripping the quesadilla open. Multi-million-dollar company, and y'all got these moisture-locking sacks.
Yeah. Needless to say, he wasn't very happy about that.
So it steamed itself into his quesadilla, is what he's saying, right?
Well, and you see that with the cheese from your burger, right? The cheese paper, right? They've even made commercials about that.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying this crash out is so valid. 14 million views. This guy going viral, TikTok, about the paper wrappers sticking to the...
Yeah, getting ripped out. The bottoms are getting ripped out. Stuck everywhere.
At Richie, RICHII 250, in his TikTok video from about a week ago. It's gone viral, over 14 million views. Change these effing wrappers to where you can open the son of a bitch without ripping the damn quesadilla open.
That guy's had it. He has had it. By the way, in 2020, they made a commitment to convert their packaging to more recyclable materials. It was more of a plastic and aluminum that it was before, and now they, difficult to recycle where these are easier. But it also shouldn't ruin your chalupa.
Right.
Right? So can we figure out some sort of packaging that's necessary but yet sustainable?
I'm not complaining, but I understand the plight because you can get... Perfect example is a hash brown.
In the little cup thing, is what you're talking about?
So if you go to Quick Trip, right, on the hotspot, they got the two logs, right? They're hash brown logs.
Yeah, they look like a mozzarella stick, but they're not.
Well, those things, because they're hot and they're steamy and they've got oil, right, because they fry them, obviously, sometimes, unlike a lot of their other menu items on the hotspot, it sticks to the paper wrapping. And so you're trying to pull it out of the wrapping and you can't do it, so you have to then rip the wrap. Right, then it rips and now you've got it all. And
piece of the hash brown.
Yes, because they're not really crispy, right? They don't tend to be very crispy, which I don't mind. But at the same time, if I start to pull the hash brown log out of the paper wrapping and it gives me some sort of pushback, I realize I'm going to have to tear the wrapping and open this thing up like a casket.
Yeah, this guy's he's not having it anymore. It's 11 million views after he's got angry. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Is that all it takes To go viral is to bitch about stuff that you don't like? Because, man, I do that all the time. I'm giving it away for free.
You are. You got to do it somewhere else.
I'm not getting on TikTok for it. You couldn't pay me.
So, anyway, his chalupa's ruined and he's not having it anymore.
Yeah.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
They're screwing up otherwise acceptable food. Isn't that what's happening?
It happens.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Doc is going to join us later on to talk racing. Looking forward to that. Also going to get to bad news, happy music, and we'll get back to sports after some Foo Fighters.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
And now, a woman's thoughts while at the dentist.
Ah, yes. Another visit to Dr. Payne. I know he's going to ask if I've been flossing. Do I tell him the truth? That string hasn't touched these teeth since Corey Feldman was a box office draw? Or just lie and say yes? I'll say yes. But he knows, and he never says anything about it to me or all the other liars. Oh, now the drilling begins. My penalty for lazy brushing and an addiction to Haagen-Dazs. And the 70s soft rock they have piped in from a ceiling speaker never drowns out the drill. Dentists must really like England Dan and John Ford Coley. We're done? Well, that wasn't so bad. Maybe I won't wait so long to come back. Who am I kidding? See you in 2036, Doc.
And that was a woman's thoughts while at the dentist.
National Dentist Day, Gene. Make an appointment. Get your teeth checked.
I actually have to do that.
Yeah. National Dentist Day.
I've kind of missed the things that have been going on the last few months. I got to get it together, and dentist is one of them. It's on the list.
Bucks off till tomorrow. They'll be at home against the Jazz. That's a 7 p.m. tip-off. The Badgers on the road against number 15 Purdue. That's their final game.
Tomorrow afternoon, isn't it?
Of the regular season, tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. The game will be on CBS. Staying in college basketball, you might remember the brawl that happened earlier this week.
Not allowing any free passes.
We've got some swinging down in the paint now, and tempers have flared between Houston and Cordesia Harris. They're having to separate the players and bring them back to the bench, and now that will probably end up being technical fouls and problems. We see an official down on the floor in the paint.
Yeah, there were several players that received technical fouls, got ejected, and now the suspensions have come down from the NCAA. The brawl between South Alabama and Coastal Carolina in the Women's Sun Belt Tournament on Wednesday night left 8 players ejected, knocking a referee to the floor where she required medical attention. One player, Coastal Carolina's Tracy Houston, suspended for the rest of the season, the postseason. So she's out for the rest of the postseason. Meanwhile, South Alabama's Cordesia Harris, along with teammates Amaya Sutton and Daniela Gonzalez, were suspended for a game apiece for their roles in the brawl that occurred during that game on Wednesday night. Aaron Rodgers, talking to Pat McAfee earlier this week, had a whole lot of stuff to say. Not sure if you saw the interview.
Working out because of his fake wife? Is that what's he's got to keep in shape because
his wife who just got a DUI in California?
His fake wife.
While he had some very negative things to say about some of his former girlfriends, essentially he called them all crazy as a guy who goes and does darkness trips in the woods with ayahuasca. But, he revealed the real reason he's still grinding it out at the gym.
For his fake internet wife.
During a very candid appearance on the Pat McAfee show, the MVP, 4-time MVP, said he's still locked in on his workouts, his diet, and his...
I got to stay fit for my lady.
...sleep program. He said, I want to look good. I want my wife to want to F me all the time.
And hell, I might even get on top of my wife tonight. See y'all later. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That he's supposedly married last year.
No one's seen her. He apparently is moving because there's people throwing drones up over his house trying to get a glimpse of this fake woman. And now he's talking about her
Come on.
It's so funny because it's like, I don't want anybody to know, but I'm going to talk about it.
Yes.
If you really, truly didn't want anyone to know.
Having sex with a mystery wife.
You would just say to Pat McAfee, I'm not talking about my wife, so don't ask. And if you continue to ask, I'm not going to do this interview anymore.
Right, because she's private and she wants to stay private. And even if his closest friends haven't met her, come on. Do you really... how is that completely possible? It's not. Somebody that worked with her or went to high school with her.
Somebody would know.
Somebody would be
knows
talking about it,
the
right?
Tea leaves. We got to read the tea leaves.
Come on.
There was a little bit of an Easter egg in the interview.
Tell me.
He admitted that he first met his wife in 2017, so almost a decade ago. And he says he knew at that point there was something crazy special about this, and I wanted to be with her.
She obediently performed oral sex on him.
But it took him until 2025 to finally settle down and get married to her.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
I'm fully content living my private life where I work out and stay woke and all buff.
He is insufferable. I don't know how you people did it here.
He wasn't like that. He was normal for a long time. He went ice fishing and stuff.
I don't know, man. The guy couldn't chug a beer. That was the first sign. I remember it vividly. I mean, look, I never really liked the guy in the first place because I'm not a Packer fan. But when he couldn't chug that beer, I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. He was just always so smarmy and thought he was smarter and better than everybody else. And look, dude,
He became that. He didn't
you're
start
talented,
out
all
as
that stuff. But last but not least, this is crazy. Former California State Bakersfield University assistant head coach, the guy's name is Kevin Mays. California State Bakersfield University assistant basketball coach Kevin Mays was revealed earlier this week to allegedly have been working as a pimp across 4 states.
I'm in between a pimp and a hard place.
Huh?
Donna, man down. 11:30. Pimp in distress.
The college where he was an assistant basketball coach at, again, California State Bakersfield, found out about the accusations with an anonymous email back in August and subsequently launched an investigation that led to this guy being fired. A probe by police then led to 11 criminal and misdemeanor charges.
What?
The former 3-year player who played at this college for 3 years had only been on the staff since June on a $3,000 per month salary. So he wasn't getting paid a whole hell of a lot. Just 2 months into his tenure, though, the head coach of the team, Rod Barnes, got an email titled Important Message 911-911. The email, the crux of the email, the big, the meaty part.
You tell me.
Mays was accused of trafficking a girl since May. The email said, quote, "Fix it or the whole staff will fall." Police found the victim through a sex advertisement.
Oh my God, this is real?
Posted in the Sacramento, ran a sting operation in September disguised as a date. The woman then said Mays was her boyfriend when she showed up to this fake date. And he often covered the costs of the hotels, rental cars, and flights for her to go to work. Mays was arrested on the next day. Police searched his car, found multiple firearms along with a large stash of drugs. Looked through his phone. They found this is where it gets real nasty.
Okay.
Found about 600 photos of children as young as 4.
What?
And in the aftermath of this scandal, the college announced in September that Barnes, the head coach, along with the athletic director, had also left the university as well.
Oh, my God. So it wasn't just...
Look, he wasn't... I don't think he had a harem. I don't know. They're just talking about one girl, but he also was, having pictures of kids and all sorts of crazy stuff. Yeah. Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Daylight Saving Time presents 1 hour into the future. Congratulations! By utilizing spring-forward technology, you have successfully traveled 1 hour into the future. Here you'll find life is much different. Everyone has a flying car, a lunar vacation home, a sexy robot girlfriend, and the planet is controlled by a race of evil machines that live off human body heat for electrochemical energy. Enjoy your 6-month stay here in Future World. And remember, returning to the past with sports scores, lottery numbers, and stock tips is strictly prohibited.
Daylight savings time this weekend. Spring ahead. 1 hour. Saturday night at some point, or maybe Sunday morning after you wake up. Change your clocks. Check your batteries and your smoke detectors. Honestly, in my opinion, that's about the only thing that the daylight savings time is good for. Is that annual, semi-annual reminder that there's something going on.
Stuff changes.
And that you maybe should check on those things that don't happen very often. So, yeah, smoke detectors, check those batteries. Maybe replace your filter in your HVAC system if you haven't done that in a while. Maybe pull the dryer out from the wall and vacuum out the...
Never done that.
I know you haven't, which is why I brought it up.
Never.
You are In your house, you are setting up for a disaster over there.
I've cleaned behind the dryer, just the whole tube that goes outside.
You should be really concerned.
I know.
It was very nice knowing you.
I've said it to my husband, which feels like a husband thing.
Oh, it is a husband thing.
Yeah, so I've said that. I've said, hey, I've heard that you should do this.
Yeah, that's a husband thing.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Right.
But you could be down there helping. I mean, like, I have my wife help me because...
Of course.
You got to move the dryer. You got to get all the crap out of the way.
Hold the blower. Do you use a leaf blower?
No, so I just use a vacuum. But the problem is that, the stupid vacuum hose only goes so far, so she's got to...
I've heard of leaf blowers.
You can do that, too, if you're... But my leaf blower is, giant and noisy and big and stupid, and so, no. I just use the vacuum. Mentioned earlier that we were going to talk about airlines, a couple of stories. One of them is United Airlines updating their policy to give themselves the right. I love this. They've updated their policy to give themselves the right.
Okay. They've updated their policy to give themselves the right
to refuse service to passengers who listen to audio or watch videos without headphones.
Oh, yeah.
I love this idea. Not that I'm never going to get on a flight anymore, but, this could be...
Yes.
We could use this on a bus. We could use this in a plane. We could use this on a train. Anywhere. People who have their phone out.
They hand those out for free.
Well, the people who are on the phone and they're watching videos or YouTubes or they're talking to someone in a conversation, it's so annoying. It's like, have you no concept of reality whatsoever? Then you get the kids, which are just as bad on the tablets, right? Watching Bluey or Sharky or whatever the hell they're watching.
But like I said, they usually walk around and hand those out for free even.
Yeah, so that means if you're blasting audio and you're being a jerk about it, they're reserving the right to boot you from the plane without a refund and even ban you from flying with them in the future. Seems a little bit harsh.
This is United, you said?
Yeah, United Airlines. They're not going to be dragging some 6-year-old kid down the aisle, at least not as far as we know, and then throwing them in airplane jail for using their tablet. They're putting this in writing so they're able to deal with people who are not being considerate to the flight crew or other passengers and refusing to stop doing what they've asked them to stop doing. United offers free earbuds, as you mentioned, to anybody who forgot theirs at home. This new policy, by the way, met online with resounding cheers.
I bet.
Most of the time, it's very divisive or very negative, but people online are very appreciative of this.
About that. Nobody wants to listen to somebody else's thing.
It is about time. I think that we need to pack our manners whenever we go on an airplane, whenever we travel. And the violators of this, ironically, are parents who don't put earbuds in their children's ear or headsets. So I see it all the time when I fly.
That is a etiquette expert talking about this move by United Airlines to require passengers to have headphones.
Well, they give them to you for free.
Or to get the free set and use them if you're going to be listening to or watching videos on your phone so that you're not disrupting other people on the plane. I love that idea. The other airline that's doing something different is Southwest, experimenting with having cabin cleaners come on their planes between flights to clean only the premium extra legroom seats in the aircraft. The rest of the seats will remain gross and germy and full of farts.
So a professional cleaning team, if you will.
A flight attendant union leader says it's like the upper class of the Titanic having cigars and sipping brandy while the passengers below deck
in the back
are
all
eating
the germs
rats
and boogers and stuff.
and drowning when the boat starts to go down. Yeah. If you're imagining walking down the aisle and the rows being progressively and increasingly cluttered with trash, kid snacks, and sticky spills, they say it won't be that bad. They're going to clean up the generic mess, but they're not going to do the thorough cleaning of the seats. Southwest is one of the few airlines doesn't usually have cleaners come on board between flights. Instead, flight attendants will tidy up anything that's left behind. The turnover time makes it faster. The cabins, of course, get less clean. They're adding cleaners to wipe things down with actual cleaning products. That's something new for Southwest, and it's just for the premium seats, which is what you pay for, is a better seat.
So just bring your own wipes is the deal. I know a lot of, I've seen that a lot flying, where people kind of get they sit down and then they wipe everything
Or they
off.
find their seat and then they wipe. And
Yeah.
then, well, it's like a shopping cart, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to the grocery store and, since COVID, essentially, the shopping cart has a container next to it with the wipes, and you can grab those and wipe down the handle or whatever if you want to do that. Usually there's a hand sanitizer pump as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Southwest is now going to add extra people to clean the premium seats, but not your economy.
They'll pick up the garbage, but they're not going to wipe everything down.
Right, exactly.
Well, do they wipe everything down in a movie theater?
When I worked at a theater, what we would do, and this was, of course, when we had cloth seats. Now, a lot of times they have they're leather or pleather because they're easier to clean and wipe down if there's a spill.
So you would wipe them down?
No, because they were cloth, so you couldn't. I mean, unless
Even the hand,
no,
where you
we
put your
never.
cup,
Nope.
your pop
Nope.
soda thing.
You would go through after because you turn those theaters over quickly.
Yes.
So you'd go
That's
through.
why I'm
You'd pick up all the trash because people would leave their buckets and their drinks on the
Yes,
floor.
right.
So you pick that up, and then you have someone behind you with a sweeper and a bucket, and they would just sweep into the the popcorn and candy that was on the floor. And
So
then I think they paid a cleaning crew to come in
Like at the end of the day or something?
when the business was closed and like actually mop and clean the floors off. But
Very rapid turnover, so they don't wipe the surfaces in between necessarily.
We never
Well,
did.
I mean, maybe they do now, but
now they got robots, right? With the UV lights, they can go up and down the aisles and take care of all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
Bad News, Happy Music is coming up in a bit. Doc is going to join us to talk racing. Jean's got a story about H-Man she wants to share.
I do. I also, flight thing that I meant to say, and now I don't remember if it's United. I think it's United. I just saw that they added a nonstop flight, in December of this year from Minneapolis to Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was, now I don't know if it was United, but I just saw yesterday. Yeah, United. Delta. Delta will do a nonstop service from Minneapolis, St. Paul to Maui starting in December of 2026.
Look at that.
4 times a week, nonstop to Hawaii from Minneapolis.
Wonder what that costs.
A lot.
A lot, I guess. Yeah, all right.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
8:15-ish on Friday mornings during the NASCAR season. We're joined by the one and only mid-pack legend, Mr. Technicality, Car 54, Billy Doc Niles, a.k.a. Captain Retirement, a.k.a. hashtag Mr. Fister, a.k.a. hashtag this guy.
Happy July.
It's Happy St. Patty's Day, and it's like 2 weeks from now. Hashtag this guy.
I'm kind of anal.
That's what all the guys at the campground say. Hashtag this guy.
He's got it locked on the rocks and listening to the doc.
I know Dirty Dan Diker is. He just sent me a message on Facebook. Hashtag this guy.
You're getting a thrill by listening to Bill.
Oh, am I? Hashtag this guy.
He gets to stay on the box.
That's exactly what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. Hashtag this guy.
Going to have to come from the back.
Right after I stay on the box, I'm going to do that. Hashtag this guy.
Going to be a big one for them.
That's what she said. Hashtag this guy.
He could be coming from your backyard.
Again, with the coming from the back. Hashtag this guy.
A lot of beating and banging.
Sounds like a good weekend at Doc's house. Hashtag this guy.
Nothing says you can't slip one in without saying anything.
Oh,
except the law.
Sneaky Pete. Hashtag this guy.
First day with the new tongue.
Practice, practice, practice. Hashtag this guy.
God damn, I'm going too fast.
Never mid-pack legend.
Hashtag this guy.
He sees her. He doesn't have time to turn away from her. Blasts her in the rear end.
That's exactly where he blasted her. Hashtag this guy.
Whoa, what am I touching here?
Whoa, what are you touching here, Doc?
Hopefully in about 10 minutes, I'll be back to touching my pillow again. It was a late night for Doc and Mrs. Doc.
Yeah, so let's recap, Doc. You recorded last week's racing report, and you made it sound to people, our listeners, that you had work to do or you were busy and you couldn't do it. But what was really going on is you were doing a sneak attack and a surprise for your friends in Florida.
Yeah, which, well, actually is mostly for Shorty. But, yeah, I made it sound like I was working, and this is going to happen a couple more times this year. So, but the whole deal here was to surprise Shorty and, bring him the cool rock gear that you saw, Brian. You saw the pictures in the video of. So you got firsthand account of what happened. So it worked out great. We surprised Shorty. He never saw it coming, but man, Lori and I cannot thank Jan and Julie Diker enough for their hospitality, letting us stay at their house. They have a really cool dog named Mackie, and holy cow, is that thing cute! It's a little peanut, Gene. You'd love it.
Oh.
We had it was a great surprise to Shorty. We even walked in and checked out Shorty at his pool store Wednesday this week. Walked in there in the afternoon, and the first thing you hear, in the speakers in the pool store is bags. He has 95.7 cranked in that store all day down there in Florida. So,
it's Evergreen, right? Evergreen Pool Supplies or something?
It doesn't work there.
I think it's like that, Evergreen Pool. He can probably text you and let you know. But
yeah,
Shorty's great seeing you, brother. Great surprise. Hope you enjoy that rock here. And please wear it more than just the 5 minutes you had it on last Sunday.
Englewood Pool Store down there in Florida, not Evergreen.
Englewood.
Sorry.
And Dan and Julie, they took us, out for some great food all week.
Saw that.
And, we actually had some. The last night we were so burned out, we just sat and ate pizza out in their driveway.
Did I see flamingos? Did Red get some flamingo one-on-one action? Did she steal one? Did she come back with one? What's the deal here?
We couldn't make it fit in our suitcase, but if she could have, she'd have brought a live flamingo back. But it was really cool. We went to the Sarasota Jungle Gardens last Saturday, and Lori got to feed the flamingos, so she was living her best life. She got to walk all over. We went to 4 different beaches in the last 3 days, and she got to walk all over the beaches and gather some shells. So she was living her best life. I got to have some fun, and I am burnt. I will admit it. I thought I sprayed down. Guess I didn't do a good enough job. But, we got to Monday. We went to Boca Grande Beach, and we stopped at the edge of the island and rented a golf cart and drove all over the island in the golf cart. That was fun, and checked out the beaches there and some of the food there. So it was just a great time down there. I highly recommend going down there and vacationing. The only thing I didn't like, 2 things I didn't like through the whole vacation is, number one, it's snowbird season down there. Traffic absolutely sucks. I mean, it is just brutal down there. So be careful, because the running joke down there is when you hear an ambulance says house for sale, and American Airlines really screwed us over a little bit here on our way down and our way back. We were 3 hours late getting down there, and we were 2 hours late getting home last night. Hence the reason I can't wait to get back to my pillow here, because we didn't walk in until 3:30 this morning. But otherwise, great vacation. Great to see our friends Dan and Julie and Shorty, and Ann. Sorry we missed you. Ann was actually back up here with her kids this week, so we didn't get to see Shorty's wife, but maybe next time.
Doc, let's talk Circuit of the Americas. Yes. We obviously had Reddick with the 3rd in a row, first ever to do that in NASCAR history to start the season. And we had some tracksuit malfunctions with A.J. Allmendinger and another, was it Larson, I believe? What happened with these tracksuits? Is this going to be an ongoing problem, or are they going to fix these right away?
They're not, like anything else, some things are designed where there's going to be failures at times. And last week, there were a couple of them. Allmendinger's just basically crapped out on him, and he did a great job getting all the way to the end, but he couldn't get out of that car fast enough. He was so hot, and you saw he collapsed. They got him on the stretcher. They packed him in ice, and they put some IVs through him. He's going to be all right. He just posted yesterday on his Instagram or whatever it was, or his X account, that he is 100%. He will be in Phoenix this weekend. Kyle Larson's did also, his school suit failed, but not to the point that Allmendinger's did, where it completely crapped out on him. Larson still had a little bit going through there, but not the way you wanted. But Larson is okay. But probably the big news this week, it's actually breaking news. Yesterday, Alex Bowman, you saw when he got pulled out of the car with about 20 laps to go in the race last week, and they brought Myatt Snyder in. Snyder, who's an O'Reilly's driver, was also the spotter for Jamie Little on Fox. And the Hendrick Motorsports team went to them and said, hey, can we use him to finish the race? Well, you seen he threw his suit on and he got in the car. What was actually happening is Bowman was suffering from symptoms of vertigo. Ooh. Not a good thing to happen, especially in a race car. So they got him out of there, and they put Snyder in, and he finished the race for him and got the points that he did. But after going through tests and rehab all week, it was determined yesterday that he was not healthy enough to compete. So Anthony Alfredo will be in the 48 car this week. Bowman will be reevaluated, and he's not going to be able to get in that car until he's 100%. And trust me, as someone who has suffered vertigo before and had to sit out a race or two because of it, obviously not even a street car, much less a race car. There's no place for you to be. So it's a great move on their part to get him out of there and get him healthy. But the sad part about it is it's pretty much a contract year for Bowman, and he hasn't been performing very well the last couple of years. So I hope this doesn't lead to his demise at Hendrick Motorsports. They are at Phoenix this week. It's a 1 mile, kind of a dog-shaped oval. You know, they flipped this track a couple years ago. Turns 1 and 2 are 9 degrees. Turns 3 and 4 are 11 degrees. Christopher Bell won this race last year. Actually, he's won this race the last 2 years. Ryan Blaney won the race back in November to end the season. Qualifying record set by Jimmy Johnson in 2015 at 143.1 miles an hour. Fantasy experts, they like Blaney, they like Bell, they like Byron, and they like Hamlin. You know, Hamlin was so dominant in that race last year before that last race, last 3-lap accident that took the championship away from him. When I filled mine out last night, you look at guys who are good at this track. Larson, Chastain, Logano. And how can you not forget to put Reddick on your team, especially after, he's, won the first 3 races. It's pretty historic. It could be even more historic if he won 4. VegasInsider.com via the BetMGM app brings us the odds this week. Excuse me. Blaney at plus 475. Hamlin at 500. Bell at 600. Larson and Byron at 700. Logano at 1,300. Reddick, if you need him, at 1,400. As teams are putting the finishing touches on their new 2026 entries, we are just 2 weeks away from the big preseason car show and the 2025 season award ceremonies at Red Cedar Speedway. Details and schedule of events should be appearing anytime now. Keep an eye on their Facebook page or their website for details. First green flag of the season drops April 24th. Lacrosse Fairgrounds Speedway would like you to remind fans that the 2026 fans punch cards are now available for purchase. For one great low price, you can buy a punch card that is for use for 12 regular season races. You can use this in any combination. You can use this for yourself. You can take you and a buddy to 6 races. You can take you and 4 friends to 3 races. However you want to use it. There are certain restrictions on this, like certain nights you can't use it. You can go to the website to check that for details, or call the Speedway office. First green flag for the 2026 season at Lacrosse drops May 16th. 2 entries in Doc's Smoker calendar this week. First, we go to the Matt Parent Marshall Reinert's Race Smoker at the Onalaska American Legion tomorrow. Food provided by Corbin's Chill and Grill. Free beer while it lasts. Basket raffles, 50-50. Gun raffles, live and silent auctions, and plus more. Entertainment by Tim from Music in Motion. Party starts at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Also, 3D Motorsports supporting Adam Degenhardt's ride. Their smoker is tomorrow afternoon at Nick's Bar in Barry Mills. Tip boards, raffles, cash prizes, food, beer, shot prices, DJ, dancing, and shenanigans. Yes, and they highlighted shenanigans in quotes there, kids. Party starts at 4 p.m. And don't forget, fans, during smoker season, get out and support a great local short track team. Doc's Report has been brought to you by our friends at Counter Materials on Empire Street in Holman, and also brought to you by Counter Materials on Menominee Street in Eau Claire. That is 2 great Counter Materials locations serving western Wisconsin. That is this week's Race Report.
Evil shenanigans. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate that. Go to sleep, all right?
Talk to you guys next week.
Get some rest, yeah.
Just got a message from Dirty Dan Diker. They're blacklighting his room that him and Red were staying in to see what kind of cleanup they got on aisle 5.
They got to worry about that. Yep. Sanitize.
Yeah. Got to bring in that robot, UV lights, get all that stuff taken care of. Bad News with Abby Music is coming up next.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
We're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril. Now that's just nasty. Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
We just heard from Doc about his lovely wife interacting with flamingos in Florida.
Yes.
A very similar situation with much more dire consequences, unfortunately, just happened in Vegas as a drunk Canadian tourist got arrested after police say he stole a flamingo from its habitat at the Flamingo Hotel and took the bird with him back to his room.
What?
That bird is a liar.
A real live flamingo?
Yes.
He's starting to make me mad. He better shut up.
So this is a shirtless 33-year-old from Canada named Mitchell Fairbairn, and he was arrested, caught on surveillance camera entering the habitat at the Flamingo Hotel where they have live flamingos.
Uh-huh.
At about 5 in the morning, again, shirtless with his buddy in a hallway, dragging this flamingo back to their hotel room. Not quite sure what the activities were going to be once you get it alone in the hotel room. Grabbed a bird named Peachy. Rough with several of the other birds, according to the surveillance footage. Then carried one of the flamingos back to his room. Initially, he told police that he went into the habitat because he saw a flamingo in distress and said that he knew how to, quote, pop a bird's wing into place because of his background as a farm boy. But in reality, he was so brutal and aggressive and physical with the birds, he's now facing 4 counts of felony animal abuse.
Remember what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Except for herpes. That it'll come back with you.
Yeah, normally what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except for Birdman here, who decided to go into the bird enclosure.
Torture a bird?
And torture a flamingo. For what it's worth, the hotel said the birds are being cared for by veterinarians, and they're hopeful they'll make a full recovery.
Hey. Yes. I want my bird.
A bird? You want a bird?
I want my bird.
Injured other animals in the process, including pinning down a second bird and not letting it escape. The video then shows this guy returning to the hotel, his hotel room, with Peachy, the flamingo there, and not good for this dude.
Well,
stealing flamingos
and being mean.
Yeah.
You're a mean person.
Drunken idiot from Canada. Probably not going to be welcome back. Probably getting that visa removed or that passport taken
Get out
away.
of here, injuring a bird.
Apparently, there's a news story out that says that a bunch of tech companies. Now, when you think of Google, and you've seen the internship, right? Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson, riding around on their special Google bikes. They got a nap pods where you can take a nap. Game room where you can do some video gaming. They got a bar and restaurant where you can get food and snacks for free. Well, the hot new thing for people that are working in tech is not snacks or naps or Google bikes. It's nicotine.
Would you like a smoke and a pancake? A what? A smoke and a pancake. You know, flapjack and a cigarette? All right. Cigar and a waffle? No. Pipe and a crepe? No.
On the blends. Palantir and other tech companies are stocking offices with nicotine products to increase worker productivity. Tech companies like Hello Patient partnering with tobacco startups Lucy Nicotine and C-Share to stock their office vending machines with products like oral nicotine pouches, right, the Zins, in an effort to increase productivity among their employees. Inside the Washington, D.C. office of Palantir, employees can head to the vending machines for a midday or a start-of-day pick-me-up, paying homage to the days when offices would be filled with cigarette smoke and cigars and a couple of whiskeys and a brandy, maybe. They're being replaced as safer and legal alternative ways of producing or productivity boosting, with pouches being available free of charge for employees 21 or older. So you can go pack lips down there in the break room with Jessica, who's got a mouthful of chaw. I don't know if she's packing some skull.
No, they're the
I know.
But yeah. So apparently, and if you want, you can do some steroids later to help boost your.
They got a steroid vending machine down there. What do they got? Take a shot in the ass.
Just whatever it takes.
Ileano Yunes, head of strategic engagement for the data integration and yada, yada, showcasing the machines inside his office on Twitter, debating with critics under the post. One Twitter user said it was completely inappropriate for the workplace. You don't work there, shut your raggedy ass up. How about that?
Free, though?
If I got a bunch of tech bros here that want some free Zen, I'm giving them free Zen. If the people want stuff for free, give them the stuff they want for free. It's like Christmas presents. Don't overthink it. If I tell you that I want a video game, just buy me the effing video game. Don't go out of your way to try to overthink it. Just give me what I want.
Definitely something for people to talk about.
We got in trouble many years ago for the very same exact thing. The guy said he wanted some weed or some smokes and a beer. We got him smokes and a beer, and people got all pissy pants because we got the guy exactly what he wanted. A grown-ass man, what you described as Britney Spears earlier this morning, a grown-ass woman that can make her own decisions.
For any kind of addiction, though? Is that a thing?
Whatever. It's in. It's not a big deal.
Do they
I got
become?
a carton of cigarettes.
That's the question,
Your man grabbed me and
right?
said, hey, smoke up, Johnny.
Yes. Get over it. People need to get over it.
But then they become liable.
They are already on the Zyn. They just want it for free.
Users' problems.
You want me here after
I'm just
10
saying.
o'clock? We can have some discussions about what I want. I like it. I like a company
Just
that finds out what
there's
they're
questions
And if you don't want the Zyn, don't go get the Zyn. Get a coffee. Get a $9 coffee. Get addicted
just
to that.
saying, it's free.
You
and
can get
they're giving
addicted to
it-
coffees too. People are addicted to caffeine. People drink caffeine from day until night.
I know that. I'm just saying.
This guy's ripping
Just
Zyn
throwing
packs.
another opinion out there. That's all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure you get the right stuff out of the machine.
Don't smoke crack.
Yeah. Tech companies apparently offering free nicotine pouches to some of their employees so that they can increase productivity. I'm here for it, man. Here for it. You see this all too often. It's always kind of tongue-in-cheek. Whether it's, you know, the pastor who preaches against gay sex gets caught with some gay sex.
There's a lot of that.
You know, you see people that are anti
Say
this.
something and then they
do as I say, not as I do.
and they do the exact
Well,
opposite.
that just
a lot of
happened.
politicians do that.
Oh, big time. They all do. Former upstate New York police officer and DARE officer. You know what DARE is,
Yeah,
right?
sure do.
Don't do drugs. He not only was doing the drugs, he was selling the drugs.
Mr. Tapscott's phone, myriad of evidence and information, one of the largest forensic downloads that the investigators had ever seen. Like, tons of evidence on there.
Yeah, tons of evidence on there. Officer Tapscott, Michael Tapscott from the Geneva Police Department, pleading guilty to 40 drug-related charges. He'll serve 16 weekends in jail, along with 5 years of probation. This guy was a 13-year veteran of the Geneva Police Department, busted last year for selling drugs. More specifically, a generic form of Adderall that does require a prescription, to someone at a used car dealership. He was apparently on duty at the time, operating a police car, and was also the former DARE officer, the Drug Abuse Resistance Education officer.
I'm here to tell you about drugs and alcohol and why they're bad, okay?
Yeah.
What's happening?
He was hit with additional drug charges last month, including 3 counts of criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 5th degree, 3 counts of criminal sale. But it does sound like he was only selling it to one guy.
I know. That's what was it his brother or something? That
I don't know. He had a buddy who needed some Adderall, and he gave him some Adderall.
I thought
you can't.
Well,
obviously.
I know, but
Look, you and I could sell Adderall, and we probably do.
we do not.
I don't know what you do on the weekends.
I absolutely don't.
I don't know what kind of scripts you're selling
Do
on the
not.
streets.
But that doesn't sound. I mean, you can't.
You
But
can't.
it doesn't sound like he's a drug dealer.
Yeah. And it happened again.
What?
This is in Missouri.
I looked away for, I would say, maybe 15 seconds. They were just like, Cooper, your son is in the claw machine.
He's definitely rambunctious.
I get Paul. I knew Patrick was going to get stuck in there.
Full of stuffed
We'll for sure be back. I don't know if Patrick will go this time.
Yeah, this is in Missouri at a recreational center. A second child got it stuck in the same claw machine. We might need to remove that one and bring in one that they
Maybe
can't
that
get
is
into.
too
The door's too
tempting,
big.
yes.
Ryan Campbell said he was watching his daughter's game at the soccer dome in Webster Groves. He looked over and
Yep.
saw his 3-year-old kid,
What are you
Patrick,
doing, Patrick?
inside the machine. And Patrick, as you heard in the audio, said, I get ball. When he was asked why he crawled inside, his family not too surprised. This is kind of what we expect from Patrick.
Why would you ask a kid why?
His
That's
sister,
dumb.
Patrick's sister, by the way, one of their other kids
playing
said,
soccer?
I knew Patrick was going to get stuck in there. The sister knew before they even showed up. She's like, oh, man, here we go with Patrick
Patrick's
again.
going in there. He's
Son of a bitch, that Pat, you can't control this kid. You got to
right in there.
duct tape him.
They got balls and stuffed animals. He's going in.
Yeah, weeks earlier, 2-year-old Cooper King managed to get inside of the claw machine, laughing, throwing balls everywhere. We're like, Cooper, try and go back down. Cooper was like, nah, not having any of this. This time around, Patrick got in there, and his sister knew. Said, as soon as I saw that thing, I knew Patrick was going to get in there.
He's going in.
He's going in there.
That kid is back on the escalator again.
You're not going to be able to watch him close enough.
Not as bad as that, but yeah. This is crazy. Officials are warning people who own restaurants and bars and places where you might have a health inspector come in and do an inspection.
Fake inspectors.
So watch out for fake inspectors who are TikTokers and influencers trying to get video clicks by doing these prank videos.
Okay.
Now, as a person who's worked at a bar and the inspector comes in, they usually just say, hey, I'm here from the city and I'm going to, okay, cool. Yeah. I'm not the owner. I'm not the manager.
Exactly.
Go do whatever you got to do, buddy.
Fire inspectors,
upstairs, down,
all
they
that,
could
right?
steal everything. I wouldn't even know. I mean, you'd know, but like, I'm not there to stop them from doing their job. You probably should ask for some sort of a badge or
identification
or some sort of written piece of material. But officials are warning restaurants about people pretending to be health inspectors for social media videos. One Instagram page in particular is posting secret audit clips, gathering hundreds of thousands of views and followers. Real inspectors do carry ID badges, do not film continuous video during the inspection as well.
I'm sure they don't.
They might take a picture or two. But South Carolina Department of Agriculture recently alerting businesses there that some content creators have reportedly been entering restaurants while posing as health inspectors in order to film footage for social media posts. Yeah, so be on the lookout for those people.
Ask for some identification or paperwork.
And last but not least, I got to run through this real quick. A couple from Davenport, Iowa, is now facing multiple firearms charges after deputies say 38 guns were found in their home in 2025. That, in and of itself, whatever. You're allowed to have as many guns as you want, as far as I know. I don't know if they had them illegally, if they were felons. I don't know exactly what the deal is. But the sheriff's deputies there in Davenport, Iowa, searched the home of... This is why the story is in Bad News with Happy Music. I'm not sure if you saw this.
I did not.
Searched the home of Cadillac-saurus Rex. I repeat, Cadillac-saurus Rex. Those are three separate names.
It's one person, though.
One person.
One
It's a
person
guy.
with three names.
A lot of face tattoos, head tattoos. Cadillac.
Cadillac.
Chadillac.
Cadillac.
Saurus, as in dinosaurs. S-A-U-R-A-S.
Okay.
Last name Rex with two X's. That's how you know he's a badass, because he's got two X's.
One's not enough.
Along with Mandosaurus Rex.
Oh, boy. Shut up.
I'm not kidding. I told you.
Shut up.
Yes.
Is Mandosaurus one person?
No, it's two. Manda, then Saurus, then Rex. And again, with a double X's.
Mandosaurus. And is Manda...
You got to see him. Just Google him. I can't. You got to watch. You got to look.
Is Manda
yes. Well, don't assume gender, but it looks like she might be a female. They were their home was searched during an ongoing drug investigation, and they found a bunch of guns, 7 of which were unsecured. Mandosaurus Rex is apparently a convicted felon. They found a crack pipe as well, yada, yada, yada. They're criminals. They're doing criminal stuff, but the best part of the story is their names are great. Mandosaurus Rex and Cadillac-saurus Rex, and they look like criminals. 100% of the time, if you look like a criminal, you're a criminal.
Yeah, I would, and you went with the dinosaur thing, full on, huh?
What are we going to call ourselves when we get married, babe? I don't know. I'd like to really be Chatosaurus and Mandosaurus. Or we can do dinosaur. They got to do dinosaur games in the bedroom, right?
Huh? Mm-hmm.
They got to be banging each other like dinosaurs. Today, I'm going to be a Brontosaurus, and you're going to be a Stegosaurus.
Crack pipe. You people are on crack.
Anyways,
crazy.
If you haven't seen Cadillac-saurus Rex and Mandosaurus Rex, go ahead and give them a Google. They're delightful.
Oof.
These are the people in your neighborhood.
It's Jamesaurus and Manda.
We'll get to our daily check-ins after beer.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us.
Check.
We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Rockmornings.com is the website. Head there for all of our contact info. Enjoy the weather this weekend, wherever you're at. If it's going to get warmer and sunny and all that stuff, enjoy it. It looks like might get into the mid to upper 60s in our area with some sunshine.
Today, though, rain. We've got the first round went through this morning. We've got a second wave of storms hitting the area this afternoon, and a third one tonight. That's the one to watch out for potential hail and strong winds.
This weekend, of course, is daylight savings time. You got to set the clock ahead on Saturday nights. Spring forward, even though spring isn't for another 2 weeks. Got an a text from T-Stet, who said, "Good morning, Brian and Gene. I agree with you, Brian. Daylight savings time is a complete waste of time, pun intended. The best way I have ever heard it described is that it's like cutting an inch off the bottom of your blanket, sewing it to the top, and then telling people you have a longer blanket. Have a good weekend. That is exactly what the time change is. It is useless at this point. Relatable. I get why they instituted it many years ago with the farmers and the war and all that crap. But those days are over. We don't need it anymore.
Let's spring forward this weekend.
We live in a 24-hour world where times are the same no matter what time of the day it is. It just is. Look,
and
it's 6 a.m.
we did, reminder to check your batteries in your smoke detectors, maybe change your furnace filter. Those kinds of things are good reminders.
We were also talking about the TikTok kid who burned the congressman's office and is now going to jail.
Life?
That was the kid who murdered his parents.
Yes, right.
But this guy in Wisconsin got mad because the TikTok was going to get banned or whatever, and so he decided to burn a congressman's office and is going to prison. Todd texted in and said, I would love to see all social media disappear for a year and watch people absolutely lose their minds. I think it would be good for this country and the world. Yeah, people
like it.
People were losing it when TikTok was down for like 10 hours. Remember that? It was like one day it was gone and people were freaking out. Like there isn't 9 million other social media apps. Also got a text from Scoob earlier. Wanted to hear some Kickstart My Heart. We did that. He said, hey, Brian and Gene, pumped up for the weekend. The rain cleans up the road so I can pick up my new bike. It's an Indian Roadmaster.
Ooh, look at him.
How about some Kickstart My Heart? I said that if it is going to be sunny and in the 60s on Sunday, I might get the bike out myself. Also, I got a message on Facebook from Dirty Dan Diker down in Florida who just was hanging out with Doc. Said, unreal that you just played that as I sit here taking a crap. That was hilarious. I didn't read that till after. It was the clip of Michael Myers in the bathroom in Austin Powers and Tom Arnold talking to him about taking a poop and taking it easy. And then Diker apparently said that they were going to go and bring a blacklight into the room that Doc and his lovely wife were staying in to try to find out about the special sauce.
Might be too TMI, Dan.
With the lettuce
keep
cheese.
that stuff to yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Thank you very much for all of the correspondence. Very good to hear from you guys. Have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday.